Our repeated airstrikes at a Ukrainian nuclear power plant have prompted calls to set up a demilitarized zone around Zaporizhzhia. But Russia has rejected this proposal. Both Kyiv and Moscow have traded blame over recent attacks at the complex. Ukraine's Energoatom agency says the plant's area was struck 5 times yesterday, including the area where radioactive materials are stored.
The Secretary General said he is gravely concerned about the unfolding situation in and around the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. He urges the withdrawal of any military personnel and equipment from the plant and the avoidance of any further deployment of forces or equipment to the site. The facility must not be used as part of any military operation, he said. Instead, urgent agreement is needed at the technical level on a safe perimeter of demilitarization to ensure the safety of the area.
Well, the latest, Philip Crowther joins us from Lviv. Philip, why is Russia against creating this demilitarized zone?
Well, Russia has said it would be for an international observer mission, an international mission from the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA. That's, of course, the UN's nuclear watchdog. But for them to enter a demilitarized zone around the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant would be a completely different story. It would mean Russian forces essentially abandoning it, thereby creating a demilitarized zone. Russian forces took control of this nuclear plant, the largest one in Ukraine, the largest one in Europe as well, at the start of March. That was just 1 week into Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It was part of a pretty lightning-quick advance from Russian forces in the south of Ukraine, and they won't want to hand it off to anybody right now. Another reason why is because it, or at least the area around it, is being used for Russian attacks on Ukrainian territory right now. For example, across the river, the Dnipro River, northwards toward the city of Nikopol, for example, which has been shelled repeatedly by Russian forces. Energoatom is the Ukrainian state nuclear power agency, and it has been ringing the alarm bells again today. For example, it is being quoted at length, and its President Petro Kotin is quoted at length in a Times of London article that says that there is video, and it has video that proves that that shelling, in fact, came from Russia, shelling that hit the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. The warnings from Energoatom are several. First of all, that what Russia wants to do here is to cut off this power plant from Ukrainian territory and use it for Crimea instead, which currently is being held by Russian forces. And there have been many other claims from the Ukrainian side, from either the state nuclear power company or from the government, as to what Russian forces are actually up to at this nuclear plant, that they are storing explosives, for example, that they are storing heavy weaponry as well. There are believed to be 500 Russian soldiers there right now, but the Ukrainians who were working at that power plant before this invasion began, well, they are still working there, but under Russian pressure.
Philip, shifting to another topic, Ukraine's grain exports from its Black Sea ports, now that just recently restarted. We're hearing a shipment will soon be headed to Africa.
Yeah, and it's going to be the first one. This is the Brave Commander. It's a bulk carrier that is Lebanon flagged. It is right now on its way through the Black Sea toward one of the Ukrainian ports on the Black Sea, through that heavily mined water, through that grain corridor that was put in place through signatures by Russia and Ukraine, a deal that was brokered by Turkey and the United Nations. Now, this is going to be the first ship that is going to depart on a humanitarian mission. This is humanitarian aid that is on board, a ship that was chartered by the World Food Programme. It's 23,000 metric tons of wheat grain. All of the other ships so far, by the way, that have entered or left Ukrainian ports as part of this deal that's been in place since the 1st of August, these were all commercial contracts that had to wait because of Russia's invasion of this country. So here's what's going to happen with this ship, by the way. Once it leaves port, and it is still to arrive there in the first place, it will be checked in Turkish waters, checked for what exactly is on board. That is part of this deal. Then it will be heading to Djibouti. That's where the port is, and then this humanitarian aid is actually going to be moved to Ethiopia. Ethiopia, one of the countries that right now need humanitarian aid and need food desperately.
And thanks for that, Philip. Thank you. Philip Crowther reporting live to us there from Lviv.